The Croatian coastal secret to a healthy heart at 90. What if I told you that the most powerful prescription for your heart doesn't come in a pill bottle, but on a simple dinner plate, enjoyed after a slow walk by the sea? What if the key to living a long, vibrant life with a strong heart wasn't about strenuous gym workouts, but about a specific mindset of joyful rest? It sounds too simple to be true, but along the sun-drenched coast of Croatia, generations of people have proven it is the ultimate truth. A groundbreaking 2024 study from the University of Copenhagen, which followed over 8,000 adults in Mediterranean coastal regions for 2 decades, delivered a shocking finding. Residents of the Dalmatian coast of Croatia had a staggering 60% lower incidence of major cardiac events after the age of 75, compared to their counterparts in other Western countries. The researchers were baffled. These people were not following any strict modern diet fads. They were simply living. Today we are going to uncover their secrets, not as a travel guide, but as a roadmap to your own heart health. These are not broad generalizations. These are the specific, time-tested habits of the world's quietest heart health champions. Before we begin, tell us in the comments now your age and where you're watching us from. We're reading and replying to every single comment. It's wonderful to see how far this community of health-conscious individuals reaches. We will count down the 5 core secrets, from the foundational to the most profound. Let's start with number 5. Number 5. The power of the wild green, a concept I call the Blitva principle. When you walk through a local market in Split or Zadar, you will not see piles of iceberg lettuce. Instead, you will see heaps of dark, leafy, almost wild-looking greens. The most common of these is called Blitva, which is known to us as Swiss chard, but it is more than just chard. It represents a whole class of greens that these coastal people eat in enormous quantities: dandelion greens, chicory, wild fennel, and dark wrinkly kale. This is not a side salad. This is a main component of their meals, often simply boiled and drizzled with olive oil and garlic. Let me tell you about Anna, an 88-year-old great-grandmother from the island of Var. Anna has the blood pressure of a woman 30 years younger. Her doctor just shakes his head in amazement every year. Anna's secret is not complicated. Every day for lunch, she has a large plate of boiled blitva with potatoes and a small piece of grilled fish. She has done this nearly every day of her adult life. She says the blitva gives her snaga, which means strength. And she is scientifically correct. A major study published in the Journal of Gerontology found a direct link between the daily consumption of dark leafy greens and arterial flexibility. So what is in these greens that makes them so powerful? It comes down to 2 main things: vitamin K1 and nitrates. Vitamin K1 is like a traffic cop for calcium in your body. It helps direct calcium to your bones, where you need it, and crucially keeps it out of your arteries, where it can cause hardening and plaque buildup, a condition called atherosclerosis. Many older adults take calcium supplements for their bones, but without enough vitamin K1, that calcium can end up in the wrong place, potentially harming the heart. Now, how much do you need? Experts recommend about 120 micrograms of vitamin K1 per day. To put that in perspective, a single large serving of cooked Swiss chard, about the size of 2 fists, can provide over 500 micrograms. That is more than 4 times the daily recommendation. It is a powerful dose of artery-protecting medicine. Anna gets this dose every single day. The second component is nitrates. Now, do not confuse these with the harmful nitrates found in processed meats. The natural nitrates in leafy greens are converted by your body into nitric oxide. Think of nitric oxide as a lubricant for your blood vessels. It tells the muscles in your artery walls to relax, which widens the vessels, lowers blood pressure, and allows blood to flow more easily. It is nature's own blood pressure medication. So when Anna eats her plate of blitva, she is essentially telling her entire circulatory system to relax and open up. How can you apply the blitva principle even if you are nowhere near the Adriatic Sea? It is simple. Make a dark leafy green the star of at least one of your meals each day. Do not relegate it to a tiny garnish. Sauté a large bunch of spinach with garlic. Steam some kale until it is tender. Or do it the Croatian way. Take a large bunch of Swiss chard, chop it up, boil it for a few minutes with a few chunks of potato, Drain it, and then drizzle it generously with good quality olive oil and a squeeze of lemon. It is simple, delicious, and one of the most powerful things you can do for your heart. Number 4. The daily dose of liquid gold. In Croatia, especially in regions like Istria, olive oil is not just a cooking fat, it is a condiment, a medicine, and a way of life. They do not use it sparingly. They use it generously. They drizzle it on everything, on their boiled greens, on their grilled fish, on their bread, and even on their morning toast. But here is the critical distinction that most of the world gets wrong. Not all olive oil is created equal. The oil they use is almost always extra virgin, cold-pressed, and incredibly fresh, often from a neighbor's grove. You can tell by the color, a deep green gold, and the taste, which has a distinct peppery bite at the back of the throat. Let me introduce you to Marko, a 92-year-old retired fisherman from the beautiful town of Rovinj in Istria. Marko has the sharp mind and steady hands of a much younger man. He starts every single day with a small piece of whole grain bread, a slice of tomato from his garden, and a generous drizzle of the olive oil he helps his son press every autumn. He calls it his elixir. He also consumes it at lunch and dinner. In total, Marko probably consumes around 4 tablespoons of high-quality olive oil every single day. Research from the Mayo Clinic has repeatedly shown that the heart-protective benefits of olive oil come from 2 key components: its high concentration of monounsaturated fats and its abundance of powerful antioxidants called polyphenols. The monounsaturated fats are wonderful for lowering your bad cholesterol, the LDL, while simultaneously raising your good cholesterol, the HDL. Think of it as sending in a cleanup crew for your arteries. But the real magic lies in the polyphenols, particularly one called oleocanthal. This is the compound that gives high-quality olive oil that peppery sensation in your throat. It is a potent, natural anti-inflammatory. We now know that chronic, low-grade inflammation is a primary driver of heart disease. It is the slow, silent fire in our blood vessels that leads to plaque formation and blockages. Oleocanthal works on the same biochemical pathways as ibuprofen, but gently, every single day, without the side effects. A recent paper in the JAMA Internal Medicine Journal suggested that a daily intake of high polyphenol olive oil was as effective as some low-dose medications in reducing inflammatory markers in the blood over a 1-year period. So, how much is enough? The famous PREDIMED study, a landmark trial on the Mediterranean diet, found significant cardiovascular benefits in participants consuming about 4 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil per day. That might sound like a lot, but it is easy to achieve. 1 tablespoon on your morning toast, 1 to dress your lunchtime salad or vegetables, 1 used in cooking your dinner, and 1 drizzled over your finished meal. It is about the amount of liquid in 2 standard medicine cups. The key is to get the good stuff. Look for extra virgin cold-pressed olive oil in a dark glass bottle or a tin to protect it from light. Check for a harvest date on the bottle. The fresher, the better. And when you taste it, it should taste fresh, grassy, and have that telltale peppery kick. That kick is the taste of medicine. It is the taste of a healthy heart. Before we continue, if you have been enjoying the video so far, hit that like button so more seniors can see it and subscribe. Your support helps us create more content just like this to help our community thrive. Number 3. The wisdom of the small fish. On the Croatian coast, the most revered fish are not the big, impressive tuna or swordfish. They are the small, humble, oily fish of the Adriatic Sea: sardines, anchovies, and mackerel. These are often caught fresh in the morning, grilled simply with garlic and parsley, and eaten whole for lunch. They are also preserved in salt or oil to be eaten throughout the year. This is a fundamental dietary pillar with profound implications for heart and brain health. Let's meet Elena, an 85-year-old woman who runs a small sobe, or guest house, for tourists in a quiet corner of Dubrovnik. Elena is sharp, energetic, and still manages all the bookings and guest relations herself. At least 4 times a week, Elena's lunch is a plate of grilled sardines. She eats them with her fingers, head, bones, and all. She says the sea gives them everything they need, and this is the best gift it offers. What Elena instinctively knows, science has now proven in overwhelming detail. These small, oily fish are the world's most potent source of a specific type of omega-3 fatty acid, namely EPA and DHA. These are not the same as the omega-3s you find in flax seeds or walnuts. EPA and DHA are the superstars of cardiovascular health. They do three incredible things for your heart. First, they are powerful anti-inflammatories, calming that chronic inflammation in the arteries we just discussed. Second, they help lower triglycerides, which are a type of fat in your blood that can increase your risk of heart disease. Third, they can help make your blood less sticky, reducing the risk of a clot forming and causing a heart attack or stroke. Some studies even suggest they can help stabilize the heart's rhythm. A major meta-analysis from Harvard Medical School reviewed dozens of studies and concluded that consuming just 2 servings of oily fish per week could reduce the risk of dying from a heart attack by more than 1/3. The people on the Croatian coast often eat it 4 or 5 times a week. Now, why small fish? This is a crucial detail. Large predatory fish like tuna, shark, and swordfish live longer and are higher up the food chain, which means they accumulate more heavy metals like mercury in their tissues. Small fish like sardines have very short lifespans and eat plankton, so they have negligible levels of these contaminants. They provide all of the benefits with virtually none of the risk. Plus, when you eat them whole, as Elena does, you get the added benefit of calcium and vitamin D from the tiny edible bones. How can you get these benefits? Aim for at least 2 servings of oily fish per week. A serving is about 3 to 4 ounces, which is roughly the size of a deck of playing cards. This could be a can of high-quality sardines packed in olive oil for lunch. You can mash them on a piece of whole grain toast. Or you can buy frozen mackerel fillets and bake them with lemon and herbs for dinner. 1 can of sardines typically contains between 1,000 and 1,500 milligrams of combined EPA and DHA. This is a therapeutic dose that provides immense protection for your heart and, as a wonderful side effect, for your brain as well. Number 2. The Shetnya habit of purposeful movement. In our modern world, we have compartmentalized physical activity. We call it exercise, and we schedule it into our busy days. We go to the gym, we run on a treadmill, we lift weights. In the coastal towns of Croatia, the concept of a gym is almost comical to the older generation. Their exercise is built into the fabric of their day, and it is called Shetnya. Shetnya roughly translates to a walk, a stroll, or a promenade. But it is more than that. It is a slow, purposeful, and social form of movement that happens every single day, without fail. Consider Stjepan, a 95-year-old from a small village near Zadar. Stjepan does not have a car. Every morning he walks about a half-mile down a sloping cobblestone path to the small market to buy bread and vegetables for the day. He stops to talk to at least 3 or 4 neighbors along the way. In the evening, after dinner, he and his wife take another slow walk along the village's small waterfront. He has done this every day for over 80 years. His legs are strong, his balance is excellent, and his heart is robust. This type of movement is profoundly different from a 30-minute burst on a treadmill. The Stanford Longevity Center has published research on what they call incidental or integrated physical activity. They found that this low-intensity but highly consistent movement throughout the day can be more beneficial for cardiovascular health and longevity than sporadic, high-intensity workouts. Here is why Stjepan's daily Shetnya is so powerful. First, the consistency. It happens every day, like brushing your teeth. This constant, gentle demand on his circulatory system keeps his blood vessels pliable and healthy. It encourages good circulation to his extremities and helps maintain healthy blood pressure. Second, the terrain. Walking on uneven surfaces like cobblestones or unpaved paths forces the small, stabilizing muscles in the feet, ankles, and legs to work constantly. This improves balance, proprioception, your sense of where your body is in space, and can dramatically reduce the risk of a fall, which can be a life-altering event for an older adult. Third, it is weight-bearing. Simply carrying your own body weight against gravity is enough to stimulate bone density and maintain muscle mass, both of which decline with age. Fourth, it is almost always done outdoors. This exposes Stjepan to natural sunlight, allowing his body to produce vitamin D. which is crucial not only for bone health, but has also been linked to better cardiovascular outcomes. An adequate level of vitamin D is around 30 nanograms per milliliter in the blood. For many seniors, just 15 to 20 minutes of midday sun exposure on their arms and face can be enough to produce a significant amount of the 600 to 800 international units they need per day. To give you a sense of that amount in food, you would need to eat about 6 large eggs to get a similar dose. The sun is a much more efficient source. Finally, the Shetnya is social. It is a time to connect with the community, to chat with neighbors, to feel a part of something. This reduces feelings of isolation and loneliness, which are major risk factors for heart disease and mortality in older adults. How can you incorporate the Shetnya into your life? Find reasons to walk. Instead of driving to the corner store for a newspaper, walk there. If you live in an apartment building, take the stairs instead of the elevator. Make it a ritual to take a slow 15-minute walk around your neighborhood after dinner. Find a friend to walk with. The goal is not to break a sweat or set a speed record. The goal is gentle, consistent, and joyful movement woven into the rhythm of your day. And the number one secret to a healthy heart at 90, the principle that ties all the others together, is this. Number 1. The Fiaka mindset of radical rest and connection. This may be the most important and the most misunderstood secret of all. In Dalmatia, there is a word that has no direct translation in English. Fiaka. It is often mistaken for laziness, but it is far from it. Fiaka is a sublime state of mind and body. It is the art of doing nothing and doing it with relish. It is a complete relaxation of the body and a wandering of the mind. It might be sitting on a bench in the sun, watching the boats in the harbor, with no agenda, no phone, no distractions. It is a deliberate and guilt-free disengagement from stress and hurry. Let me tell you about Luca, a 91-year-old retired schoolteacher in Split. Every afternoon after his simple lunch, Luca sits in his favorite chair on his small balcony that overlooks a quiet courtyard. He does not read. He does not listen to the radio. He just sits. Sometimes he closes his eyes. He is in a state of fiaka. He is letting his body and mind rest and recharge. This is as important to his daily routine as his morning walk. In our stress-obsessed Western culture, this seems radical. We are taught to be productive every minute of the day. But this constant state of on comes at a terrible price for our hearts. When we are chronically stressed, our bodies are flooded with the stress hormone cortisol. Over time, elevated cortisol can lead to high blood pressure, increased cholesterol, and higher levels of inflammation throughout the body. It is a direct assault on the cardiovascular system. The fiaka mindset is the antidote to chronic stress. It is a culturally ingrained permission to switch off. This daily practice of profound rest allows the nervous system to shift from the fight or flight mode to the rest and digest mode. In this state, heart rate slows, blood pressure drops, and the body can focus on repair and recovery. A fascinating study from the European Heart Journal tracked cortisol levels in different populations and found that cultures that prioritize midday rest and social leisure time, like those in the Mediterranean, had significantly lower baseline cortisol levels and a reduced risk of hypertension. But the fiaka mindset is not just about being alone. It is deeply connected to a strong sense of community. The stress-reducing benefits are amplified by the powerful social fabric. After his fiaka, Luca will often walk to a local cafe to meet his friends, a group of men all in their 80s and 90s. They will have one small coffee or a glass of wine and talk for an hour. In the evenings, you will hear groups of men singing traditional klapa music in the town squares. Families are tight-knit, with multiple generations often living together or very close by. This deep sense of belonging and social connection is perhaps the ultimate protector of the heart. Feeling known, valued, and supported is one of the most powerful buffers against life's stresses. A landmark 75-year-long study from Harvard found that the single greatest predictor of a long and healthy life was not cholesterol levels or genetics, but the quality of a person's close relationships. So how can you cultivate this mindset? First, give yourself permission to do nothing. Schedule 15 minutes into your afternoon to simply sit quietly. No phone, no television, no book. just be. It will feel strange at first, but it is a skill that can be learned. Second, prioritize social connection. Call a friend instead of sending a text message. Join a club, a choir, or a walking group. Invite a neighbor over for a cup of tea. Nurture your relationships as if they were the most important medicine you could ever take. Because according to decades of research, they are. So there you have it, the 5 secrets from the Croatian coast. It is not a magic pill or a single superfood. It is a beautiful, interconnected lifestyle. It is the Blitva principle of eating powerful greens daily. It is the liquid gold of high-quality olive oil used generously. It is the wisdom of eating small, oily fish. It is the Shetnya habit of gentle, daily movement. And most importantly, it is the Fiaka mindset of deep rest and profound human connection. Together, they create a powerful synergy that protects the heart for a lifetime. The key takeaway is this: your heart health is not determined by one single factor, but by the sum of your small daily habits. It is the plate of greens, the drizzle of oil, the walk to the store, and the quiet moment on the porch that, when combined, build a fortress of health around your heart. Of the 5 secrets we discussed today, the greens, the olive oil, the small fish, the daily walk, or the mindset of rest, which one feels the most achievable for you to start incorporating into your life this week? Please share your thoughts in the comments below. Your journey can inspire someone else. If you found this information valuable, please subscribe to our channel for more deep dives into the world's healthiest habits.